Hello, my name is David Finn, and I'll be your instructor for ED-LD 523, Managing the P-12 Exceptional Education Program. It's my pleasure to teach this course. I myself have managed 3 programs for children with special needs. One of them before we had a federal law, so it was a church-based program for children with severe and profound multiple disabilities. I've also been a public school teacher. I've managed a large agency for infants, toddlers, and adults with disabilities, and more recently here at Samford, a fully inclusive child development center. So I have a little bit of experience under my belt, and I want to share some of that and our current research regarding managing programs for kids with special needs. Now, in a 3-week course, it's certainly not possible to cover everything personnel management and budget and fundraising and all of that. So I've selected a few things that I think will get us started in the right direction. And we also have a good book to guide that. So first, a little bit about who am I? Well, first of all, my primary interest outside of work is travel. I never dreamt that as a teacher or a special educator that I would travel the way that I have. I've taught at the University of Washington, the University of Hawaii in Manoa, which is on the island of Oahu. And that work has taken me all across the Pacific Basin to all of our U.S. territories in Guam, Saipan, Samoa, Palau. It's very interesting, and I've found that sometimes the bigger part of being a good special educator is not things here, but things here. And I've learned a lot from those teachers and those programs. Currently at Samford, I am certainly a professor of special education, but more recently I am the international director for studies here in the School of Education. And so my job is to identify sites around the world where our students can think more globally outside of the gates and find locations where our faculty and students can learn more about our neighbors worldwide. So in this class, we have selected generally just a couple of big topics. I think first we're going to look at the history of special education, things that we've done in the past, and hopefully that we will never do again for children and families. We'll talk about people first language. How do we talk about people who have a disability? I myself am a family member of 2 people, one who has schizophrenia and the other one has severe self-mutilating autism. It's probably taught me more than many of the courses that I have taught. We will also then look at the professional standards and ethics that guide the field of special education. We'll have a little activity with that. And then we will also look at the people who do a majority of the work in special education, and those are our paraprofessionals. Research tells us time and time again that they are the ones who really spend a majority of the time helping children with special needs in the classroom. As I had mentioned, you have a textbook that will kind of fill in the blanks a little bit for topics that we don't have time to cover more in depth. I will ask each one of you to identify a disability area that you're particularly interested in. Maybe it's a child that you're serving now in your classroom or in your school that you'd like to learn more about. That could be Down syndrome, spina bifida, cerebral palsy, oppositional defiant disorder, autism, something that's going to serve you in the work that you're doing today. Okay, and then we'll have some posts throughout our Moodle page for reading assignments. I don't like a lot of busy work. I hope that you find this course helpful and practical. So let's go ahead and get started.